Chisholm, Minnesota, the Miners Memorial. This thing is huge. It's 85 feet high, and it's almost dark out, so his headlamp is starting to show pretty neat. It's a huge park here. So you stand in front of this dude. He's pretty tall. I wouldn't want him to get mad at you. He'd take after you with that big pickaxe. He stands there really proud. See if I can get this exposure up so you can see it. It's almost dark out. There, from this angle you can tell how she's looking up at it. Okay, I'm up here. I climbed up to the bottom of this sculpture. You can see my shadow. I'm in the spotlight. It's steel. Real thick. Thick plate. It's all welded together, formed. So it's for real. Those big cross members are all steel. This is 82-ton engine 806. And they got her so you can crawl up the ladder here. It's really cool. I have never been up on top of a steam engine before. And here you can do it. It's the back of the big old boiler. Everything is so massive, the iron that they used in this. You can walk out on the front here. Look at that. Look at these big things. You go around here, look at the plate on this. It's like 3/4 inch thick. Just a little mounting bracket for some ding dong thing that would be on there. Look up front here, the bell still works. I'll do it real gently. I don't want them to yell at me. They probably hear it all the time. See this? You get the ding donger in there? Listen now. Hear that? Ain't that mint? It's big. How did they make that back in the turn of the century? They got all that steel formed like that. Big smokestack. You stand in front of this thing. 80 tons? What was it? I don't know what she told me. But to get that much mass moving, wow. This here piston, it's like 3 feet in diameter. How many pounds per square inch was the steam pressure? And how many square inches are on the head of that piston? With that 3-inch connecting rod there. These wheels are up to my chin. All these valves. This one's really in good shape yet. We should take her for a ride. Great big brake shoe. Levers that are just unreal. If you look at the material on this, do you see how big it is to my hand? Just that plate that's holding that one lever. It's like 1.5 inches thick. Everything has a placard on it that tells what it was made and where. It's good to see that it isn't all destroyed. All around the train they've got this is that chopped up rubber. So if you are climbing on the train, you fall, at least you won't crack your head open on cement or hard ground. It's very spongy. It's squishy. Nice. It's the third morning of riding, and Tilly and I took off for a little exploring this morning. We found this road west of Virginia that is abandoned. It has some barricades, but you can still walk out here about I'd say 1/3 of a mile. And we kept on going. And then we got to this fence with a little barbed wire on it. And it's from then on private. And it's the mining company. I'm going to be quiet and see if you can hear the large equipment running. It's clanging and banging. I know it's a long ways away, but you can sure hear it. Hull Rust Mine. It's on the north side of Hibbing, Minnesota, and it's a working mine. It's one of the biggest open pit mines. Hey Tilly, she don't care. This tire is a big one. It's what they use on those trucks that are in the mine. I'm going to walk up here and we'll look at the spec. You can look here. It's a 40 R57. Think of how many Trike tires you can make out of that. It's got a sidewall damage up there. See the big crack? Yeah, can't repair it. It's got sidewall damage. There's plenty of tread left on it. The tread is about 4 inches deep. So when you walk up to it, what appears to be headlights, I think they're air cleaners. They got covers that unscrew and they're open. There's a tire. I gotta get somebody to stand in front of this. You don't have any idea how big this thing is. There you can see how big it is. That is a genuine Super Duty. Can you hear in the background? If you got a stereo speaker on, you'll hear it in the left side. It's roaring down in that pit. Hope to get a picture of that soon. So there's the cab to this dump. It's a giant dump truck. I'm going to walk down the stairway. They have it so you can walk up the steps to get into the cab here. I don't know how many feet up we are. We'll crawl down here in front of it. So here's the replacement engine module for the dump truck. 2200 horse. There's all kinds of specs on it. I'm sure they're very large numbers. This part over here on the right must be mined years ago and it is all grown over with trees because it's still a real big valley. Hear that grasshopper? I'm gonna go in the office and find out what machine sounds like a 747 taking off. There's some big turbine engines that are running.
And they're working. Two that are off right now will be on weekend.
It looks like a sloth bear. It moves so slow, but it's so big.
The system is 3 on, 2 off, 2 on, 2 off, 3 on, and back to rotation.
We got the tour guide behind us. He's explaining things.
I'm not familiar with
I should shut up and let him talk.
the 30 that work here, whether they're all local, Chisholm, Hibbing, Keewatin, Nashwauk, Cherry, those are, and Virginia. We get some people from Virginia. Working at United, Taconite.
I'll take 2 scoops.
Duluth. We got, we're on my crew, there were 4. Brought 4 maintenance people.
It's so far away, it takes a few seconds for the sound to get here.
Close by, and the fact that now that you're working 2s and 3s, that's better than working.
There, this one will do a little yard work for you. It's 35 yard capacity. So at this mine, they make the little taconite pellets that are then shipped out on trains and boats to the steel mills to be made into steel. And these little pellets, they look like little clay balls. but they are magnetic. I got a magnet here in my finger, and it goes right to it. We're a couple miles southwest of Hibbing, and this is explaining why the color of the water is that blue color, if you want to read that. And the pits are full of water. Abandoned mine pit. Need a polarizing lens to look down in the water. It's that aqua green color again. It is very clear. We're looking down about 15 feet right here. It tapers down. You see how that mountain of ore tailing is? Well, that's the angle that this is going down at. And there's algae growing on it. But it's clear. Whoop. Papa's waiting for us to get ready.
I know.
She went to sleep in her basket. We're on the Taconite Trail, and it comes out of the northeast corner of Grand Rapids. Doing a good coast again. 25 miles an hour. If I stay behind her, I catch right up from the drafting. Look at how fast I'm catching. Normally she's passing me. I'm gonna catch right up, no problem, hit the brakes. Shows you how much that drafting really helps. There you can see how it stains the tar here. It comes right across here, this ATV trail. It's like a red paint. There, that's a good shot of a pit and a pile. I don't know how deep this lake would be. I suppose there's a fishing chart. You can look it up on some Google map or something. Here's a scene you won't see from the highway. We're way back in the woods. I'm out of breath. I went over the brush to get to this lake. Look at that mirror. That's really impressive. Something doesn't look right up here. You don't want to be overdriving your headlight at night. You might have to hit the brakes pretty fast here. Oh, it looks like the beavers did it. Look at that. I'm going to show you what they can do overnight. You see these big chunks? That's a powerful little animal. Let's see if we can look at this stuff. These beavers, you see how they cut that open? That's about 1 foot in diameter. And the wood chips that they take off, there's about 3 inches long. Great big chunks. They can tear those right out of the trunk, out of the tree. That's what a beaver did overnight. And now we got to find a way around that tree. It's a big old aspen tree. We're going to do a progress report on this Taconite Trail here. It's really pretty smooth and it's wide, and we have not seen anybody else on it in an hour and a half. And it's 15 miles to the next town. So what do you think of this trail?
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice. All right. Hey, here's a wide turn. Go way out over here and come back over. Train track. Ooh, bumpy one. That's not doing too good there. Ah, we came out in another town here. Coleraine, it says.
It's a steep thing and you're going to go on a floating bridge?
Yeah, we're going to fly down the hill and hit the floating bridge. That's a really steep one. I'm not going to go fast. We're going to fly off the trail here and skin our knuckles against the fence. down here. Caution. They've been warning us now. How many curves that there's a floating bridge ahead. Walk your bicycles. Why would I walk my bicycle across a floating bridge? I don't have to balance. Oh, look at that. Oh, ho, ho. It's in two sections. Well, touch rebels, that's right. How's she doing back there?
It's your fault.
There, you're not gonna fall through.
Yo, I'm in the cattails.
Oh, yeah. There.
Look at the lily pad flowers.
What do we got? Lily pads. Ooh, there's some scummy stuff here.
The cattail florist.
Look at this. What is that stuff? Even the plants look like they're full of iron. Oh, here's some little guys that are just starting to bloom. Look at this. Right there. Pup wants to run. Completely surrounded by cattails, going right through the middle of the swamp. I like it. There's a big step to get off of. Ooh. Ooh. Wow. Well, we made it to Marble, Minnesota. It was a 20-mile ride, so that'll be 20 going back. A lot of the trails here, they have the ATV right next to it. So it makes for a wider opening to the sky. Here's some of the smallest miners on planet Earth. Can you see them down in there? It's almost an inch high. They're tailings pile. I suppose they work 24/7. You got a wave. Hey, you.